that, I mean, if you want to do it
Big
inside,
difference. Having a flower crown has made all the difference this morning because it's reconnected me to the green energy. We are continuing our Garden Day celebration with a quick spring makeover anyone can try. No landscaping degree required. So whether you've got pots, beds, or just a small patch of earth, the right plant choices can transform your space and how you feel. And our next guest is a gardener. He's an architect, he's a social entrepreneur, and he is here to walk us through 4 spring picks, each with a very different purpose and a really cool story. Ian Domisay, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing the coolest plant I've seen since forever, right in front of me. These are different, unusual, and this is your day. So how do you feel about when World Garden Day comes around? You must be kind of exploding with excitement, man.
Yeah, man. By then, you want your garden to be looking at its best. So you want to do things so you can just enjoy your garden on the day.
Yeah, and we are blessed to have green spaces all around us. And we put so much stock in that. You can bring those green spaces into your space. I love it. So we've got some beautiful and quite unusual plants here, which all have a story. So, well, I don't know, where do you want to start? Talk us through your...
Let's start with this one, the Chlorophytum saunaceae. So why I like it, it's an ornamental grass.
Okay.
And people always want to have lawns. But I like these ornamental grasses that you don't need to mow all the time. Plus, they've got these blooms for the pollinators, which start now in spring and go through summer and even autumn.
So it's an ecosystem supporter as well.
And in our urban areas, we've got so many spaces that are part sun and part shade, and this can handle that. So you don't have to worry about.
And it's got a beautiful kind of cottagey garden, fairy kind of, there's something quite magical about the look of it that I love. Beautiful. Okay, you've ticked the box.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you're going to do well.
That one. And then let's do a sun-loving one. So this is the Scabiosa. And you see it's got this tall, almost like a pincushion flower.
Yeah.
And why I like it is that it also blooms a lot now in spring and summer, and it attracts butterflies. But then when it drops these petals, it makes these little round balls, which you can actually use as a cut flower. So even after its main flower, you can use it like that.
So it gets a second life. That's gorgeous.
And then I also like it because it kind of starts to spread. I love propagating plants and like dividing them and gifting them. So it's a really nice one for that.
It's quite forgiving in that sense, but it's beautiful. It's also full and rich and green. I think it matches the season beautifully as well.
Yeah.
I love that. The color's gorgeous. What's next on the list?
Okay, so this one is the Kalenko. And for me, it reminds me of the Flintstones. I don't know why. I think it's the...
There is something very prehistoric here.
And again, you can propagate it easily. So look, these are 3 cuttings that I took actually from my mother-in-law's plant.
Was she aware that you took them?
No, I was pruning. I was doing a favor. And you just shove them in the ground and then they grow. And it's also a nice one to combine with an ornamental grass because it creates this beautiful color in the red fleshy, so it's like a contrast.
And you've got a little bit of that color, the shading in there, so you get that beautiful ombre, very powerful, and it looks a little bit otherworldly. Like you said, it looks like it comes from a different era.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this gorgeous plant in front of me, it looks like it's doing its whole thing. It could be in like its own little terrarium.
Yeah.
I love this, but it does look like, again, a bit alien or otherworldly. What is it called, first of all?
So this is a Euphorbia Thai yellow.
Okay.
So it's actually related to the crown of thorns euphorbia, which comes from Madagascar. So it's not South African, it's our neighbor.
Okay.
Almost one of our neighbors. And but it's got the bigger flower and it blooms all year round. And then at certain times of the year, the flower changes color. So yeah, it's another good one for a pot.
And it's a talking point as well. I love the fact that when you create a little garden, yes, you've got the responsibility of obviously looking after it, but it almost feels like another relationship has been formed. But it often, when we fail within looking after our special friends, it can be very disparaging and often ends our green journey. What advice do you have for someone wanting to set up that maybe doesn't have massive amounts of land to transform, small garden, but really wants to fill maybe like a balcony or even a windowsill? How do we approach our small spaces to green them up?
Yeah, I think you must pay attention to the plant's water needs.
Okay.
So some are more forgiving than others. So succulents, like they really can be forgotten about, you know? They don't need so much water.
That's why they need such pretty flowers, just to remind me, hey man, I'm still here, man, I'm still here.
But at the same time, you don't want to overwater it because that sometimes people kill them with too much water.
Is there a baseline to know? Because I know every plant is different. How do you know these things? How do you guys, I'm sure it's intuitive for you, but for the lay person, the person who's not that expert, how do we know when we're going too far, too little? How should we approach that relationship?
Well, a lot of the more sort of greeny, abundant plants, you'll see them start to like sag.
They lilt, yeah.
The succulents won't do that. The other one is to just watch the soil level and actually just feel if it is moist.
Okay.
The big thing is, though, you want to cover your soil with mulch. You don't want to leave your soil exposed to the sun.
And even in potting plants, get the mulch, keep that soil protected.
Yeah.
When you start to see discoloration, is that a sign of like, the plant's dying? Do I cut those leaves off? How do I approach a plant that's starting to show the signs of wear and tear?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because this one, the chlorophytum, in late winter, it does start to look a bit messy. So you can give it a haircut just before spring, and then it pops new growth again.
Just like us. And just like us, we are inspired by music. What music do you play your plants? A little bit of Vivaldi, maybe Four Seasons?
No, I like Arcade Fire. I think the plants like that. Yeah, they also do like classical music for sure.
You can joke about it, but there is an energetic connection between plants that we're starting to understand now, whether it's a touch related, whether it's sonic, whether it's a vibration. I think we're understanding how deep our connection to plants really runs now. We've shared this beautiful planet for a very, very long time. That being said, are you allowed a favorite child? What is your favorite? What plant do you look at and go, wow, this is just too much?
See, it's odd actually. I struggle to walk past a sweet basil plant in the nursery and leave it behind.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just coming into season now. They're little in the stores, but yeah, just the look of it, the flavor, making pesto. I just love it.
That brings to me our relationship. For me, pennyroyal, the smell of it, but it's jasmine. And it reminds me, I'm up in Joburg, like the season would come with the smell of jasmine. And now I've planted jasmine outside windows all around our house so that you know the season has changed from that smell. Bless you for doing the work that you're doing, man. Thank you so much for... well, it's amazing. And I think you're going to open people's eyes, and you can transform your space in the most fundamental way with just a few little additions. You don't have to break the bank, and you can really start to get that green energy in your space. And if that doesn't work, make yourself a flower crown, man. Okay, Ian's going to get a flower crown in just a moment. Buddy, thank you so much. Go and be inspired to transform your space in every way. Even the kitchen can get a makeover on Garden Day.